What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Today's video is going to be men don't approach beautiful women anymore. All right, before I get into the video though, gotta do the YouTube stuff. The goal is 75,000 subscribers by August. It's a crazy goal. It's a big goal, but it's my goal. All right, and the only way I'm gonna get to my goals if you give me the HBO special. Do you know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special. All right, so go on and help a brother out. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. I'm gonna give y'all a second to do that. All right, now let's get to the video. Men don't approach beautiful women anymore. Let's see what it's about.
I feel like maybe it's where you're finding men, maybe? Like, the type of men, you think?
Yeah, maybe you need to go to the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, or the grocery store, shit.
No, I know.
Maybe be on a podcast.
Well, the thing is, also, men don't approach you in LA.
100% no.
So,
Absolutely not. Especially when you're pretty, too. They're like, no.
Yeah, and being plus size is like a whole nother
yes.
thing.
Oh, my God, girl.
So
I know it.
that's why I feel like I only meet men, like, on jobs or online.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would go out with my friends quite often, and the entire time I've lived in LA, I've had definitely less than 10 men approach me. Definitely less than 10.
Wow.
How long have you lived in LA?
8 years.
Wow. I was thinking you're like,
It's LA. I mean, what do you want to do? It's the most competitive place for beautiful women and successful men. It's LA. And there was the video of the girl that did the Pretty Privilege video, and she spoke about being in LA. I don't know what it is about women and being in LA and thinking that they're going to be next up. There are millions of women in LA specifically there to try to get the attention of successful men. You're not special there. You might have been pretty in Idaho or Iowa or wherever you were, but now you're in LA. And like she said, being plus size is going to matter. If you want men to approach you, maybe lose some weight. All right, I'm telling you, it's going to help. It's going to open up your dating pool a ton. Lose some weight. It's that simple. But let's keep going.
like a couple years.
Like, come up to me on the street and
Yeah.
like, guys,
Yeah, but I see why that doesn't happen in LA though.
Why is that?
Because like LA is one of those places too where one, there's a lot of people that are insecure. One, two, like rejection is definitely feared out here in LA because like there's been times where like a girl fell and I helped her up and she's like, and I was just like, wow. Like, so I think like even by you being,
oh my God.
like, yeah, I was like,
okay.
like the communication, like even going into the elevator the other day, I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? And this girl's like, and I'm just thinking like, I'm just a friendly person. You know, my mom taught me to speak to people like all my friends from Alabama, but that like, I noticed that like, and it might not be like the prettier shit, like anything like that, but I do notice like a level of like, don't talk to me, you know, like there's like a stench in the air that's out here.
And I'm going to tell you why
that's
that is
like that. And so I can see someone not approaching you because they're like, wow, she's a beautiful woman and I don't want to say something. And then she's just like you don't want your day to be fucked up because you said hello to somebody. You know?
I think that's a chance you got to take if you think somebody fired.
But what I'm saying is like,
here's the thing. Why does it seem like, and I'm sure this isn't everywhere, but why does it seem like common courtesy is only exclusive to attractive or very successful men? You get what I'm saying? Like, for me, if I was to get in the elevator and I was to see a woman in there or another dude, what's up? All right, hey, that's just like normal. You walk into a person's house, you say, hey, hi, how everybody doing? Make sure you know that there's somebody. But why does it seem like a lot of times when we're on the street or when men go out of their way to do certain courtesies, because that's what they are, they're courtesies. They're us being nice. When we open a door for you and allow you to walk in, a lot of women don't say thank you because they assume that that's something that they are entitled to, but that's that guy going out of his way to be nice to you. For some reason, in 2021, in the dating market, and just the interactions between men and women, it seems like sometimes, especially when you're in places where it's competitive for women and they're only looking for the top tier men, like LA or like a New York or a Miami, common courtesy seems to be exclusive to men who are successful. All right. And that's just something that I noticed that seems to be switching a little bit. But let's continue.
After you take 2 chances and you find out that fire is fire, you know what I'm saying? You like, all right, you know what? How many times you gonna touch the stove? You know?
Okay, I understand.
It's like,
well, but this is something that we wanted to touch on. Is like there's this cultural society thing going on, especially if you're in the industry, you're a public figure as a man. You know, you've seen the famous Keanu Reeves picture where he's taking fans with photos, and have you seen this? This
he
like
does not touch any.
He will not
he
touch
won't touch
anybody.
a girl. He takes a picture. He puts his hand behind their back like this, like he puts it
Really?
straight
Like
out.
this.
Will not
His
hug
hand,
them.
you'll see his full palm.
Every single
Smart
time you
man.
see him take a picture. Google it when you get home, but it's so funny.
It'll blow your mind.
It
But
will.
this is a real thing in the industry because there's, you know, and in workplaces, not even just, you know, entertainment industry, but if you're a man and you're alone with the woman, like you don't want that situation to come up. Like if you have stuff, if you have a career, if you have money, if you have whatever, you're in your mind, you're like, okay, one weird situation in an elevator,
it blows up.
It could
Yeah.
all be gone. Is it worth the risk?
blows
You know,
up.
that person
Nah,
has to
yeah.
be really worth the risk. So I'm just curious to pose the question, I guess, back to you guys is, do you think things will change where girls are going to feel like, I don't get approached anymore, and they're going to start approaching guys and that's going to be the norm? Or do you think things will just soften up a little bit and it'll be more acceptable to be, hey, how you doing? Oh, I see you fall. Let me help you out.
It's
Well, women are less likely to take risks, and men, and they usually have they're more susceptible to negative traits like depression and anxiety. So they're just biologically less likely to ever approach men. But going back to what they're talking about in terms of protection, as a man, you're always going to be a target. All right, regardless. You're always going to have to be responsible for your actions and the things you do. Even if you do struggle, grind, make it out, get to the point where hundreds of women want you, thousands, millions of women want you, you still have to be careful about what you do because it's hunting season. Everybody knows about the movement that's taking down powerful men. I'm not blaming nobody. I get it. It's a very sensitive topic. It happens. The only thing I'm going to say is this. When you make illegitimate claims, it really takes away from the legitimate claims because these things do actually happen in real life. Let's just be completely honest. Did you go back to his hotel room at 2 a.m. expecting to bake cookies? Or are you unsatisfied with the result that you got after you did what you did, and now you feel like you want to get back at them, or you're bitter about the situation because you didn't get the results that you thought you were going to get? You didn't get the record deal you thought you were going to get. You didn't get the movie role you thought you were going to get. Like, let's be adults about this situation. Because too many times do I hear people just having disingenuous arguments as though sometimes going into these situations, the women are not aware of these situations. Do you think that Daddy Warbucks invited you back to the hotel at 3 a.m. to bake cookies? Be an adult. Use your head. All right? Be safe. Men too. Be safe. Don't be putting yourself in a situation. Pull the Keanu Reeves if you have to. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're now vulnerable to, and you giving all of your power away to a random woman because you needed to cop a feel or whatever it may have been, because you can't control your sexuality. Let's continue the video.
It's only gonna get worse.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think
it'll
so
just
too.
resort to online.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just your online. It's
I
only-
agree.
And like the good thing about too online is you can see someone's lifestyle through like their Instagram. Like you can look at someone's Instagram and
Kind of.
somewhat see like their friends or who they interact, unless they're like, you know, tricky and shit. But I'm saying like you can look at somebody and say, oh, okay, like this person seems fun. Like they, you know, it's almost
Yeah.
like in some ways it's almost like a resume that you can
Yeah.
see at
Reese
times.
laughing at you.
This girl seems fun.
Are you like, oh, okay, this person seems, you know, she has
Yeah.
a good relationship with her, this and this, you know,
Yeah.
his
I think
friends.
Instagram is good. It's like a quick snapshot
Yes.
into who that person is, but not on their page. You gotta look at the tag photos for the real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what they put. You know,
100%.
people be
100%.
faking for Instagram. It's wild how far, like the links people will go to.
Oh, I know.
To make it look like
They live in a lifestyle.
Exactly. Literally. You'd be surprised. I've seen niggas who are homeless in
No
real
way.
life, but like you next to a Bentley right now, like it's that extreme.
See, that ain't right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite. Like I want to be low key. I don't want
same
anybody
way.
like coming
love
up
that shit.
coming up to me like, oh, you did this, you did that. Like,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
humble.
Yeah, but
And this just to kind of close out. That's the end of the video. But as he was saying, I'm low key. I like to this. Do you? And the girl said, I like that. And I'm like, do you really? Let's be completely honest. Or does the social media not get your attention, and that's why you hooked up and hung out with the guy until you realized he was homeless and he was a hobosexual? Do you really like guys that are subtle money? Because I've realized in the African American community in particular, that guy gets overlooked for the guy that wears all the jewelry and he tries to drive the nice car even though he lives in the projects and his mother still lives in the projects. He's driving a Jeep, a $50,000 car or whatever it may be. And that's what a lot of the women are attracted. They're attracted to the status symbols over the status almost. It's like just having the symbols that say, hey, I can afford these things is enough. It's more valuable than actually a person that's able to afford those things. So many things are on surface level when it comes to African Americans in particular and our practices with finances. And that is just something that is kind of scary, really. And like, if we're just completely honest about it. Till next time.